Hi, this is a video showing how to set up a Gangong's potometer. My name's Simon and I work at the National Science Learning Centre, and this is my assistant Lynn.
Hi, hello, I'm helping.
So we're setting this up. We're going to be using it on a course tomorrow with some science technicians showing them how to do it. So I thought we'd do a video just to show them the steps involved, and hopefully you'll find it useful as well. So this is the Gangong's potometer. A potometer is a device for measuring transpiration in plants. So basically a plant will take the water out and it will escape from the leaves through the stomata usually. So it's just a really handy device for doing it, but it can be quite tricky to set up. And this one is a sort of a standard school science demonstration one. You wouldn't have a class set of these. These are just demonstration vessels for the teachers to use. So we have a glass vessel there, a capillary tube here to measure the water going up. So we can got graduations there, so we can measure the rate in which the plant's transpiring, and a reservoir which helps us push back bubbles and coloured liquid here, because we'll use that to actually measure the rate of transpiration. The plant we're using is laurel, and if we just show you a leaf, that's a laurel leaf. That's just Sue there, she works in the contract department. This is a laurel leaf. It's a really good plant to use because it's nice and woody. Good leaves to use, so you can put Vaseline on either side to see if that makes a difference in terms of the rate of transpiration. So that's the laurel. So we have our potometer. We have a little reservoir of water here which we're going to put at the end. I'll just fill that up with some liquid. In this side, I'm just going to move along so we can see. Pour in some water here, like so. So fill that nearly up to the top, and also just fill our reservoir up. And then just close that tap there. Now, the big thing we have to do, and this is really important, is make sure there's no air in any of these vessels here, these glass structures. And I'm going to make sure that the water's dripping out at the end, which it is. So making sure there's no air in the system, so it's all flooding out there, which is nice. In fact, you can probably just see that's going down ever so slowly. So you can see without any plants in here, the actual water just flows out of the system. So the next step, and you don't have to do this one underwater if you're quick enough, we have some laurel in a pot here. Lynn, do you want to just move the pot over so people can see it's in the... We've got a big selection of laurel here, all in this jug. We just got this from outside. Laurel's great because it grows everywhere, parks, school areas and everything. And what you need to do is make sure that the laurel is the same sort of thickness as the bore of your bung. Here we go, because this is going to go into the top here. So you want to make sure that that's close to that, so you get a really good fit on it. So we're going to just top this back up. So we want to make sure the water is right to the top in this vessel. We're going to just snip off the end of the laurel, like you would some plants for a vase. Put the bung on, like so. Mark the sort of wide parts, it's a nice snug fit. Add some more water into the vessel, into your potometer, and squeeze it down. And then get a big glob of Vaseline and just put that round the plant there. Now, the reason we're doing all this is that it's really important to make sure you get a seal. If there's no seal, what happens, the plant's here, if there's no seal, the air will get in and just push the water out. The plant's not strong enough to pull it back up, so the gravity will push it out, or gravity will push it out. So if you you've got to get a really good seal here. If there's no seal, all the water will disappear. So we've got that in. We've got no air forming here, so I think this is okay in terms of how it's sealed. I'm going to lift this up and just take out a few drops and inject, sort of get an air bubble into the capillary tube. Without this falling over. And what we're looking for is whether the air bubble's going up or not. Usually, if the air bubble's moving up, it's all working, it's fine, the plant's transpiring, the water here is water being drawn up. If it goes backwards, it means there's no seal there, so you have to start again. If it's stationary, it just means the plant's not doing anything. You've got a seal, but the plant's not drawing any liquid up. Now, I don't know if we're going to see this on the camera. If I move this forward, I'm hoping you might be able to see the air bubble. There we go. I think you can just about see it. Now you could use food colouring in this, but we've just got an air bubble, and you can see the air bubble is this sort of silver line. So it starts there, and well, it starts there and ends there, and you should be able to see it going up. Now you can change the atmosphere, the environment around the leaves. You can put Vaseline on the surface of the leaves or underneath the leaves to see if that makes a difference in terms of how quickly the plant transpires. Or you can put it in a plastic bag with different chemicals, or heat it with a hot air dryer, and all those different environmental conditions can increase or decrease the rate of transpiration, which makes a good sort of discussion with pupils in terms of how you would like to keep plants. And that's it, and it's working. It's going up really, really quickly.
Quickly, yeah.
Thank you.